Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday, and I'm absolutely amazed that I made it on Sunday. By all rights, I should have recorded this at least on Saturday and just let it go live on Sunday, but I was kind of busy, uh, have been busy. Anyway, let me show you this week's scrap lift. It is this lovely page by Nathalie de Sousa, and she's just used a whole series of tags along with some ephemera bits and some enamel dots and some other, small stuff. What I'm leery about is hers. It's kind of a busy page with a lot of competing patterns in a with a lot of neutrals in them and just occasional pops of color. So for me, to my eye, this looks a little bit busy because nothing really stands out except the dimensional butterflies. The black and white photo really pops. And if it's all about the photo and the story, man, this is a perfect page. For my eyes that appreciate color and kind of eschew anything that gets too much in that neutral kind of territory, it's a little frightening. I'm not sure of my ability to do such a page. So one of the things I did was I decided to embrace all the pages and patterns and colors that I don't normally embrace, and kind of include some things that I do like. So, and I thought all of this would be a good backdrop for this photo of Nadia, the wonder dog. She has been through more in her lifetime than any of us would ever want to imagine. And I am so happy, and I believe you all should be so happy as well, that she has found a safe and comfortable and fun and loving forever home with my cousin John's daughter Aimee, her husband Josh, and her two boys Edward and Eli. Absolutely incredible family, and Nadia is lucky, but boy, that family is lucky to have Nadia too. She's just amazing. Anyway, and you can just see how sweet she is. She's just lean and lanky like we all want to be. First departure I'm gonna make. I've assembled a bunch of tags and a bunch of like library cards and these kind of things, and I even went so far as to put my title on one of these. So this has to show. However else the other things are arranged, that has to show. And I've standing by, I have some more rub-ons and this sticker sheet that has some little things that are sort of like enamel dots, and I'm going to use those for my tiny embellishments. The stickers that I used for the title are from an older American Crafts kit. I believe this is Vicky Bouton. I'm not sure, but I kind of like them, and they're in that neutral palette that I'm apparently embracing. So let's put this aside, and you'll notice here that the background is white, and then there's this pattern paper frame. I don't do well photographing pattern paper frames, and I'm not, that does not that frame isn't an essential part of this page in my view. So I am using a pattern paper that has a lot of the colors that I'm embracing now. But what has completely sold me on this paper, the fake stitching I love, but the mixed media, the colorful splats and splatters, and the print in French. I just love it. So I have all these things. Let's kind of get this party started. I'm gonna just kind of put this right here as my title, and then kind of as a just as a starter, I'm going to go for that. I have this piece of scrap pattern paper. Let me see what I want to do here. I'm going to put this out. Maybe I want to hide it this way and let it be like that, like so. I don't know if I'm going to use this. If my photo were like this, I could. And I could actually cut it in half and use it, or cut these things and use them on either side. But I think I'll save this for something else. I have enough. My thinking was that if it worked, if the size worked, that it would be a nice contrast and it would kind of help the photo stand out. But I think I won't have too much trouble with that. Okay, so I'm going to go like here. Maybe I'm still going to go here because I want these little corner pieces to show. So let's do that. And then let's kind of see where the different tags go. I'm not sure what I'm doing with the, okay. I think this maybe was gonna go there, and some tags were gonna cover some things up here. And let's see, I'm gonna put this one, nope, I want this pink one here by the, let me do that. And I'm gonna maybe do this coming out there. This coming out here. This right there. And something like that. And I'll kind of get that settled as we go along. But right now, I'm going to put this down like this. Get that lined up. There, okay. And now I'm going to put this on here, and I'll leave adhesive off the other part of it so that I can tuck things under. Let me get this. I'm going to put foam kind of up at the top just so that it kind of separates itself from the, okay, that just moved and I don't want it to move. It's gonna have to be the straight thing. It's gonna have to be the thing that keeps everything else, that I build everything else off of. So I don't want to do too much to that. I can do this again with a, what did I do with the other one? Let's see. Put that there, and that'll help me place this one. This one's going to go, I think, higher. Is that right? Or this one. This one goes on that side because there's no text. So I'll figure that out. Let me get this. That is not staying, is it? I'm going to move it down there. Okay, and I want this piece, again, this is moved, and I'm not sure what the problem is. Okay, let me get this. There must not be 2 points defining that straight line. Okay, I'm gonna put this down here and kind of scooch it in so that some of this shows. I want there to be edges. Usually I try to, usually most designs call for kind of, let's see, I'm gonna maybe put this right here. That works for me. Let's get something to adhere it. I kind of like the underside, the pattern paper just cut in the tag form, because they've also printed a hole there. Okay, let's see. How was I doing that? Was I doing this like that or like this? Maybe like so. I guess I want it more in this way down here, so I could have kind of a neutral one just kind of tucked in back there. Let me shorten this. I'll just tear it and I'll put it there. And I won't put any foam on it. And that does have foam. Okay, so that's there, and now we have another neutral one. And I'm going to tuck it behind this corner. Let's see. The one on this side kind of comes pretty far down. I'll do that. And it's right there, kind of at the end of the photo. So when I add this, and I should have added this first, I have this too. I forgot completely about that. And I want to bring it down so that it shows down here. And then that gives me a little platform for this tag that's gonna come off of here. And that one's down low, so this one's gonna go up a little bit higher. And then I'll worry about this. Oh, and I've got this. Let me do it this way. I'll tear it in half and put it in. Oops, that's the bottom. I'll put it in kind of like so. Bring it down there, and this one will go underneath here, and it will extend higher than I want the tag to extend. So we'll just do the tag, and we'll definitely put this one on some foam See how cute that tag is? I like both sides of the tags, which is why for that paper, if you can, you might want to get a couple sheets. Let's put this here. That's too high. Put it down lower. And this blue one, this blue tag, is not straight. I need to straighten it. Okay. Now, that has begun, that has kind of taken on the shape of the original, and I'm happy about that. That makes me happy. And the title shows, and it's fine. I have this pink bit. I like the pink in here, and I kind of wanted to add this, and I was thinking maybe here, but I kind of want a something else, like some other icon to go along with it. Maybe, how about, let's try this. I've never tried putting one of these bows on a, let's see, which one do I want the bow, over this way or over this way? Maybe over this way. So let me cut it. I'm really using, I believe I'm going to use every single one of these rub-ons. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. I'll just have it look like it's a bow on Nadia's bed. We'll do that. And I'm hoping that the part that peels off will peel off easily, because this is photo paper, and you know how things stick to photo paper. Okay, let's see. It seems to have worked. And then I was thinking I'd do this kind of in conjunction with that, but that would cover up part of it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let it stand on its own. And I may do a pretty flower or something right here. I'm going to put it on foam. Let's see, where did my roll of foam dots go? Here we go. And I'm going to put that right here at the end of the ribbon. I'm going to curl the leaves up a bit. I'm going to find a rub-on butterfly to add right here. And let's see. Here is a purple one. And there's a little bit of purple right there, a tiny bit. And there's a bit on that tag too. It's actually kind of a purplish navy blue. And I thought that pink flower and this purple butterfly might be kind of cool. And I want it to break the lines there and not look like it's completely enclosed. Okay, and let me pull this off. It's kind of coming together, so I want to start doing some of the embellishing with small things. Let's get that back. Okay. And I have fussy cut some small florals, and like I said, I have these small bits there, and then I have these things. So I need my double hearts, and I'm gonna find them on here. Let me get those so that don't forget. And I'm gonna go with black ones. There are a couple of kind of equal sized open black hearts. I'm thinking I can do this on there. Okay, and that's in close enough proximity to this, and then we have a few black elements around. Let me go for some of these embellishments. I want to put both of these yellow flowers over the photograph. I think that'll kind of help. It'll really yeah, I'm gonna put that there. And I have a partial one that I'm gonna go ahead and kind of slide in somewhere, maybe here. I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna add this little flower on top of the one that there. Okay, and now I'm gonna do this one kind of alongside that one. I'll do this pink one here by the title, and another pink flower in how about there, and then I have another one I'm just gonna put up here. Well, let's do this. I'm gonna put this one here, and then I'm gonna put that down there. And I'm gonna lift those leaves so that gives that some dimension, even though I didn't use any. And I'm not gonna use these hearts or that piece. So now, little tiny stuff. Let's go with little tiny stuff. And I'm gonna use black alongside some of the colors. I'll do black in groups of 3 in a couple places. Let's do kind of down here. I like the background with these additions. They all, it's kind of a cohesive sort of look, and I like that. Where did that one go? I lost a black dot. Oh, it's there on my thumbnail. And there is a strand of hair there. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, and now I'm going to take little tiny hearts in different colors and kind of place them around in singles. And there are some stars too. I can do a star here, and I'll do this bright green star, maybe right there, and there's a hot pink star I'm gonna put right there. Let's see what else we have. We have some more stars and some more hearts. We have, I just love that rub-on of a tie there. For the record, I kind of like that. I like this here. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the photo. And what else do I want to do? I think that may be all I do to it. I may add a couple of rub-on butterflies. Let's check that out. That's kind of a theme in the original, and I'm gonna go for, I would like to be able to separate that if I could. I'll go for one right here. Over the printed paper. I love that. Love that printed paper. I could use many sheets of that. Okay, there. We have butterflies there, there, and there. I may put one right here. A fairly big purple. Let's, and I want to make it go this way. Ooh, that purple shows up even with that light green background. If the color shows through, if you have opposites like purple and green or purple and orange, or, you know, colors that are not close to each other on the color wheel. Let me move that back. I have just messed that up. I'll straighten it, and then I'll try to clamp it down. I didn't do my adhesive the right way. Okay, let me see. Does that need straightening? Can it still move? This moves, and I don't want that to move. Okay, those things kind of nailed down. Let's get this nailed down. Okay, there it is. It's finished. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.